So guys, today is day 12 of 200 days Python DSA series. So it is one of the most advanced DSA series, holistically covered each and every question, which are very important for various startups and product-based companies. We have been covering in depth the questions which are asked in such companies. Okay, and I have tried to learn the solutions from different, educators and different sources, and tried to bring the easiest possible solution, which has got very less time complexity and which can be coded in a few lines of code. Okay, so that is the idea. So today we will be talking about an entirely new question having a new concept. Given to sorted array, so we have two sorted array where each array may contain duplicate elements. Okay, so these sorted array may contain duplicates also. Okay, the task is to return the elements in the union of the two arrays in sorted order. So we have to find one array which will be a union of these two arrays, right? And how do you define union? Basically you must have studied in 11th standard maths. Union of two arrays or union of any two sets is the set containing distinct common elements that are present in either of the arrays, right? So the common as well as the other elements of the array should be present. But the common cannot be counted twice, right? It means that whatever is the duplicate elements that we have to eliminate. That is why we have been asked union of two arrays, right? So union is where you don't have any duplicate elements, right? So whenever you must have studied in your 11th standard, this this is one set and this is another set. When you have a union, then this intersection point will be common and it is not repeated, right? So that's the idea. Okay, so let's try building the logic. So I have this a and b. Okay, what I'll do is I'll start with brute force. Okay, let me just change to Python. Okay, so I'll start from brute force. This is a class solutions given. We will define a function which whose name will be find union, right? And I'll be giving the input as a and b, right? Now we can start writing the code here. Let's say let us take one element, pointer I and pointer j. Okay, and what they will do, they will traverse from, I will traverse from zeroth element to last element, and um, j will traverse from zeroth element of array b, from like zeroth element to last element, right? And so here b is shorter than a, right? It has got lesser elements. So when the elements of b are exhausted, then what we will do, we will just append the elements of a, right? That will be the idea, so that our union gets completed. Okay. um, so if you start with I, zeroth element of I and j, both element is 1, right? Both the elements are 1. So uh, what we can do, we can append element of array A, all right? And when we try to append the element of B, then before appending, mm, we will check whether the element of B is present in that new result, right? That new union or not, right? So let's say result is my union, and um, so there will be two lengths, right? So n equals len of A, n equals B, right? Let us try with the nested for loop. 0 to n. um, or you can use while loop also. So I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, while I is less than n. Okay. If so, but for first element there is nothing. So what we can do, while I is less than 1, or uh, n is equal to 0, right? If that is the case, if nums of I is less than nums of j, is it? And nums of I, but there has to be one more condition. If, okay, 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 if, okay of j is not equal to result of answer, right? Then it will append else. But there are two cases. If I is less than j and if j is less than I, then those elements in the last will be added, right? So I is less than j, simply I'll append nums of j else append nums of I. I think this should, if there is no mistake here, then it should run. Where is the syntax error? Okay, this is the else. So we are doing this in Geeks for Geeks, right? Uh,
Papa WhatsApp video.
J is less than M. So let us try to dry run it. Uh, so first, while I is less than n and j is less than n, that is okay. If nums of I, so the value of I is 0 and j is 0, nums of I is less than or equal to, should keep, okay. So yes, nums of I means nums of 0 is less than or equal to nums of j, right? Both are equal because we are keeping this equal to sign also. So I will append nums of I, but before appending, what I'll check if nums of j, right? If nums of j, that is nums of 0, is not equal to, why I am taking nums of j, should keep nums of I. Okay. in module. If names are highlighted, names is not defined. The- Okay. A of I. That is what, no, the result -1 is not does not exist, no, at that time. So, or when result is equal to 0. So what we can do is we can just put this here if result of -1 is not equal to. Okay, so or this will keep here. there are double nested if loop we are taking, because first we have to check whether a is element of a at ith position is lesser than element j at b, I mean jth position. Okay, it should be lesser than or equal to, then only we will keep this a of I, we will basically append this a of I, right? Still there is some error. uh, Result equal to 0. Then if any of the condition is true, then it will result append a of I, but every time it should check result of -1 should not be equal to a of I. Okay, so we have to end this if statement also, right? Else if b of j is less than or equal to a of I, then if mm, b of j, okay, if result, so here we have to keep or result of -1 is not equal to b of j, then what we will append result dot append b of j. So I just have to increment I also. Here just do if this or it's not taking 5. While I is less than j, then we will result dot append b of j and append a of I. So in the end, 4 and fifth element, the last element is not getting appended. It means that there is some problem in here. Append a of I. We'll just copy and paste this. And so because here we took the union, right? We put the and. So whichever is less, the this loop will stop, right? Then again we have to start with again whatever is the upgraded value of I. From there it will start appending a of I or whatever. uh, that is the case while j is less than m. J plus equals 1. Yes, now the output is coming. If we put some custom input, so the element has to be sorted, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So let's start the try run. A of 0 and less than or equal to B of 0. Yes. If it is, then it will append 1. Then it does I plus equals 1. It does I plus equals 1. So I goes here. Then again it checks for uh, A of 1 is less than or equal to is less than or equal to B of 0. False. So it goes here. So B of J is less than or equal to A of I. B of J is less than or equal to A of 2. It appends, but is not equal to, not be equal to B of J. So, but it is, so it will just do J plus equal to. That is what this should be here. This should be here. Hmm. Yes. Excuse me. So this was the good question. So when we actually tried to dry run, then we could understand that this should not be out of this if loop, right? See, the length of result, if it is zero, or the length, the result of minus one means the last element of the result. If it is equal to a of I, then it will append a of I. Otherwise we have to increment this I, right? So it should not be out of this loop, right? It should be the else part of this if loop. That is the case. Similarly, this here also j plus 1 has to be the else part of this loop only, right? Similarly here, it is already we already did the right thing, but here the result was not properly aligned. That was the case, right? Now we could submit this, right? We could submit this. So guys, this is how the this was a pretty good question. Union of two sorted array. So we had to think on lot of lines, right? We were supposed to think on the equal and unequal part first. Then we have to append, but before appending, we have to think whether that the result which we had should not be the similar element, because it is already given that we need to find the union of the two arrays, right? And the array which might contain duplicate elements, but our union should not contain that duplicate elements, right? So repeat of same element is not permitted. That is why we were supposed to check the last element of the result with whatever we are appending. So before appending, we have to check. So this is the logic for this. Result of minus 1 is not equal to a of I, and result of minus 1 is not equal to b of j. So if they are not equal, then only we will append this. Then only we will append this. So this is how the logic is getting uh, you know uh, created, right? So guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this session, and this was the day 12 of 200 days live DSA Python series. Okay, so we are presently doing arrays part. Maybe within 3 to 4 days our arrays part will be finished, and we will jump on to some next logic. Okay, the next topic. All right, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot, and keep watching and keep practicing DSA. All right, bye bye and good night.